Yo, fucking intro. You're supposed to say fuck in the first 10 seconds of a video I heard. That's how you get on the algorithm. Anyways, a new draft league has begun. And oh my god, wouldn't you know it, I forgot to record my week 1 battle yet again. This is now a theme that will be repeated intentionally in the future. But I'm amending my issues. This time, I will actually record the battle in post, because it was a pretty good battle, unlike the other one that was kind of just long and boring. I didn't feel like it. But behold, as my team is really weird. In this team, I mean, there's 3 poison types. It's not that weird. Editor, hit the gimmick explanation. What's up? It's me, the same person, but a few minutes later. Hashtag editing magic has appeared to describe what the gimmick of this season is. As you can see by this team that I definitely did not reorder, which completely ruins what I was trying to say. Basically, all the Pokemon you draft have to share the primary type with the previous pick's secondary type. So Ice Ghost, Ghost Grass, Grass Steel. I started Grass a little bit because I wanted to use Rillaboom, Terrain, Kartana, funny. As a result, as you can surmise, between snipes from people trying to get out of the types before all the good Pokemon are gone, a lot of these teams have some real stinkers on them. I got sniped pick 2 because going into Ghost and then trying to get into Grass after that isn't very easy when Delmise is taken round 1 for some reason. What was that guy doing? I don't know. What an idiot. Put his face up on the screen. Can we laugh at this guy? Anyways, as a result, my team is kind of weird, but I managed to get some good guys. Nasty Plot on Mega Frostlass makes it very good. I was originally just picking it because I didn't want to use Mamoswine. I was forced starting Ice, by the way. Absolutely evil. I got my Rillaboom Kartana combo I wanted. Didn't get to draft Gudra Hisui because obviously that thing's gone instantly. That's like the best steel type, because you get a good steel type and you get to pick a dragon next, which are all broken here. As you can see by this one, since it's mono type, that means it's allowed to Terra. I can't select a Terra, but this thing has Terra Fire on it. Very broken, very broken. Hackers should not be allowed to Terra. And since I Terra Fired, I'm now in Fire. And what do you do in Fire when all the Fire types are already gone? You go back into Ghost a second time. That's right, baby. We got Serial Legend here. Now, picking Serial Legend, this was the part where everything kind of went wrong. I didn't have any better options in Fire because there wasn't any. But I definitely could have picked the one that didn't give me 4 Ghosts on my team. The reason I did is because I get Spiritomb next. And then I get Weavile, which is broken. Nope, Weavile got sniped, actually. But that's okay, because then I get Walrein, which puts me in water, so I can get Keldeo. Nope, Keldeo got stolen. Okay, fine, Quaquaval. Whatever, bro. I didn't want special attackers anyways. And then I get to end on Hawlucha for unboarded on my grassy terrain. All in all, I thought this was the worst team ever, corroborated by everyone else saying it was the worst team ever. But if you ignore the handful of terrible Pokemon that will do absolutely nothing, the fact that Duraludon has to come every week to set rocks, not to mention the rule that every Pokemon on your team has to show up to 1 battle, so I am going to have to use this Skullgeist and this Sneasel and this Walrein and find a week where Quaquaval is good and not Hawlucha somehow. My life is just so difficult. But having done a mock battle, just to fuck around with the format, make sure all the champion stuff works, like Nasty Plot on Frostlass. If you just don't use any of the bad Pokemon, like I will most weeks, it's actually a very, very broken team. I've got Veil with a Haxorus that can Terra, plus 2 Swords Dancers, and also 2 more Swords Dancers, and also another Swords Dancer. Basically, my team is Veil Slop with 5 Swords Dancers. It's the best team ever. While I'm here, I might as well show you the other teams. Look at this shit. Look at this team right here. Are we serious, bro? More importantly, my opponent this week, Goldango, Gengar, Clodsire, Hippowdon, Dugtrio, Alola, Orthworm that can tear water, Ludicolo, Amoonguss, Toxapex, Gyarados, Mega, Staraptor, Obscune. I can read. What is this roster? I have to fight this? This is like if a stall team was good, which they usually aren't in draft because stall sucks. Because there's a fucking 6 wall breakers on the stall. And a Staraptor that can lead instantly kill something. Ugh. I hate everyone and everything. Gyarados also just instantly beats me if it gets 2 Dragon Dances off. Speaking of getting 2 Dragon Dances off, the team I built has Scarf Katana specifically for if the Gyarados gets 1 Dragon Dance off, I'm still faster than it. Kill it with Leaf Blade. Other members include Choice Band Rillaboom because he has no grass resists besides Amoonguss, I think. It's very strong, is the point. And it gets up trained, which is good for all of my guys who can't heal themselves. Frostlass, the main damage dealer. Nasty Plot, Will-O-Wisp for big hex damage on the only real ice switch in on of packs. Just kill everything. Duraludon is here to set rocks, but it's also very strong. This thing has 8 special attack EVs and it's still putting out insane numbers with these 2 special attacks. And then obviously the max statted out body press. Haxorus is here because Haxorus is broken. It will probably show up every week because even in a matchup where I have no opportunities to set up, if I could just tank 1 hit and then click like Mold Breaker, Outrage, I'm getting a kill. And the Spirit Tomb is here because there's 2 ghosts and I have no ghost resist on my entire team. So we will be seeing Assault Vest, Pursuit, Spirit Tomb a lot in this season, I imagine. If my opponents are listening, write this down. You need to counter this. You need to counter this tech. This thing is broken. Anyways, now I will hand it over to me in the past to battle. Aren't I doing this so professionally? Oh my god, I'm like a real YouTuberist. Wow, that was amazing. And I am so good at editing and talking to a camera. Anyways, I will now show you the battle. I spent quite a while on the lead because there's a Staraptor here. And that means it's going to lead Scarf and then Final Gambit something. And I was like, fuck, I have nothing that tanks that. So I just went with Frostlass since it is the only guy that's faster without revealing Scarf on cart. And then it intimidated me, which means it's not Scrappy. Pretty sure it gets Scrappy. It gets Scrappy, right? So I figured, safest play. Does that shit even get Scrappy? Am I lying? Safest play is just to click Wisp. It'll stay in and Brave Board me and then get boned. I won't have to worry about it later. Or the more obvious play, switching the Toxapex, get the Wisp off, and then I get to Hex after. And look at this damage. I don't quite understand what the Pex EVs are during the battle. I tried to keep calculating it and it just kept telling me that the Pex has no defensive EVs whatsoever. Editor, put the pace on the screen. What are we looking at here? What's going on? It's got 252 HP, 252 defense. But the calcs are just lying, bro. Blingo Blizzard. Hex should be doing 42 to 51. To Bulkless. The boosting nature, actually. I forgot about the boosting nature. Maybe that was the problem all along. So this is 37 to 44. I don't get it. How did I do this much damage? Whatever, bro. I'm terrible at calcs. I probably did something wrong. Anyways, now it's being annoying clicking Toxic. And then it has Baneful Bunker because CATFRIES is actually a chud who runs Toxic Stall. We can take advantage of this. Here I was thinking, well, now he's going to probably switch out. I'll get a Nasty Plot so I can kill anything I want without realizing there's an Obstagoon to come in on the Hex, which will Sucker Punch me. But as it turns out, Obstagoon doesn't even launch Sucker Punch, so I clicked Blizzard anyways. Blingo Blizzard is kind of heat. And I bring in the Kartana as he actually doubles into Amoonguss, which takes nothing from Adamant Shaco Cut and then crisps me with Pharaoh Play. Luckily, my Kartanas are always fat, so that shit did not kill. And now we get the Diner. Guys, Duraludon is actually so fucking heat. Look at this thing. Got the Draco on the Staraptor for 78. Follow her up, setting some rocks as it unfortunately reveals Roost, which is lame and cringe. Draco again, because it's actually my strongest move here. I didn't think he would Roost again. But since he is spamming Roost, that means Body Press is actually way stronger. This thing is just getting off the goob nut. Look at all of this. He's clicking all the moves. She's clicking all the moves. My Duraludon is a female. I'm actually a fake fan. Anything, staying in on this thing is not worth it, sadly. My Thunderbolt doing like 14%. And then I get my Choice Scarf knocked off. Why did I go hard into Pex? Not really sure. Card. But whatever. Sacks the Staraptor. Don't have to worry about that. Start off 0 attacks, which is amazing because I have no resistance to its attacks.
They're eating my flesh.
I go Spiritomb on the Gengar because that's why I have a Spiritomb. Okos with Pursuit because Spiritomb is the GOAT of trapping of all time. Who needs a Ghost Resist when you have a Ghost Neutrality? Catches me with the Moongus double into yet again. He's just so good at that, I guess. I'm willing to sack for some chip on the Moongus though, because that lets me get in Blingo Blizzard on a Mon that won't click Protect. And then of course I read the Pex to come back in on Blizzard and click Hex, because I'm goated like that. And then of course, this one's definitely just as impressive. I read the Baneful Bunker and go for a nasty plot, which assures that Blizzard will kill Pex from this percent and I don't have to read what will happen next as I die. And he realizes this and sacks Gyarados, which is awesome because with Kartana, Scarfless, and dead, I definitely had nothing for Gyarados. Besides Grassy Glide, but it could just not Mega and maybe tank it. Now that there's only defensive guys left, it's time for Girona! Girona! ST to make sure nobody lives anything. And the game is just over. Girona has got this covered. Girona! Is what I would say if Pex wasn't a fucking fat piece of shit. Like, what the hell was that, dude? Actual Israelite Pokemon, I think sponsored by Israel. At least it's not a Lomomola. If this thing was Mono Water, I might just end my life. Yeah, that pretty much is my battle where I won very easily because I'm extremely talented at Pokemon. My team is very strong, apparently. I didn't even use Rillaboom. Basically, didn't have to use Haxorus. This was supposed to be a sweeper. I didn't even need to use it. Double Intimidate would have probably halted my prowess anyways. And the fact that Pex lives, insane walk. He was definitely prepared for this Haxorus to not sweep him. I wish I could say the same for the rest of my team, but unfortunately, half of my members, as you saw in the explanation, are kind of dicks. There's a Walrein and a Gourgeist here. Like, what are we talking about?